Okay, today I'm going to talk about my Beretta 92x Performance open gun. To see the full video, be sure to tune in to YouTube. Go to videos, won't be in shorts like most of my videos. If you're watching anywhere else, like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube Shorts, it'll just be this preview. Thanks for tuning in. We'll get into it. This is my Beretta 92x Performance. It's a 9mm semi-automatic. Most people watching know that. I have some fans that don't really know much about guns at all. I have it set up for Open Division and USPSA. There's a whole gun. It is a all steel version of the Beretta 92 or the military's Beretta M9. They're the same gun, it's just the military's designation for it. I have it covered in Toni Systems parts as the brand. We'll start here. This big guy. It's a compensator. 4 ports on there on the top, 2 on the sides. So that'll drive all your gas from the bullet. Drive it up here, so it'll keep the muzzle down. So to shoot this, there's very little recoil. So it's fast to shoot. It doesn't, after every shot, it's not coming up. This gun weighs so much, this is all steel. It weighs so much, it didn't have a whole lot of recoil to start with. But this took it down even more. And moving back from there, I have a frame-mounted red dot. Here's the frame, clamps on the pick rail on the bottom. Comes up here, comes around. It's on both sides. So that takes the weight off of the slide. So that's even less reciprocating mass. So that can add to the recoil. You can see where the Beretta system for mounting red dots on here, I could have had it on here. I ran it, I think I shot 2 matches, maybe even only 1 with a dot on there. I'm not a huge fan of red dots, so normally I just run iron sights, but I think open guns are just really cool. They look cool. They're really fun to shoot. They're fast, super low recoil, and so you can really run with them. And you need a dot. Like if you're gonna do it, might as well try competing with it. So you need a dot. We'll go right up to that next. The dot is a Vortex Defender XL. I have the 5 MOA dot. For anyone that doesn't know what that means, MOA is roughly an inch at 100 yards. So if the target's at 100 yards, this dot will be about a 5-inch circle on that target. And then at 50 yards, about a 2.5-inch circle, 25, about 1.25 inches. Yeah, you know how math works. So I want the smaller dot. You can get this with an 8 MOA dot. My friends that are a lot more well-versed, they're more experienced with red dots, said go with the 5. It's just a little bit more accurate, a little smaller. You don't really gain anything with the 8. So I'm not an expert on that. If you like 8s, do it works for you. I'm not the expert on red dots, so I wouldn't take my advice on them. But yes, the Vortex Defender XL. On this side, I have what we call a gas pedal. It's this big thumb rest on the side here. So hold the gun, that thumb will be here, like that. So when the gun recoils, that thumb is pushing it down. So that's keeping it down even more. As a great big, huge one. So I get my whole thumb on there. Really cut down on the recoil. And moving back from there, what I've been using to rack the slide, this is called a slide racker. So it sticks off the side of the gun there. Looks a little goofy, but you have, for some reason, if the round doesn't go off, or what I'm really bad about is counting my rounds, because I normally run a revolver, so I can only count to 8. This gun holds 26. So I'll get caught up in the moment, just burning, shooting down, or shooting the targets, burning it down, and then click. So now I have to empty magazine for safety Nazis. So it goes click, new mag, you just come right back here, you hit that. So you have better angle, empty, new mag in there, and then just you hit that really easy. I would say that'd be more in the way than anything if you had any setup but like something like this. Because without that, you have to kind of come up here and grab it there. Yeah, you can't get it from the front. It's kind of hard to get in here on the slide to rack it. So with this, you just come up here, side of your hand, and hit it like that. Just let it go. That makes it much faster and easier when you're on the clock trying to reload your gun. A lot of guys don't think that's really a necessity, because you should never run the gun dry. And like that's something I need to work on. I'm terrible about it. You know, my magazines hold 26 rounds. At most, you should shoot 20. Most USPSA stages are under 30 rounds. So it's just kind of, if you have an area where you're not shooting, you should drop that mag, reload, and then you never run the gun dry, because it takes 2 seconds longer to reload if you run the gun completely dry. And in a sport like USPSA, 2 seconds makes a big difference. Coming down from there, we have the mag well. So that sits on the bottom of the grip there, or flared mag well, or mag well extension, whatever you want to call it. But it's basically a big funnel on the bottom there. So it's really easy to throw the magazines in. You can see how much bigger that is than the magazine. That's easy. You don't want to be lining that up. A lot of practice can get you there. But it's, with that, you just get it close, shove it in, and you're set. Makes it a lot faster to reload. So that's nice. Again, all of these parts are from Toni Systems. I think they're one of the few companies making open parts, or parts to turn your Beretta into an open gun. So they're pretty good. I'm happy with the parts so far. I shot this at the range one time, and I shot it in one fairly small match, just a 5-stage match. So it ran good for me. I'm far from an expert, especially with something like this. Most guys that use this, they're very high-level shooters. I'm a pretty mid-level shooter. You know, I'd say better than the average guy. I'm not even classified in open. I'm B class with revolver and PCC, and I'm C class in limited division. So limited division is the same gun with shorter magazines, no red dot, and no compensator. And yeah, I need to take this off because it replaced the rear sight. But I'm only C class in there. I do this stuff for fun. Yeah, I'm not sponsored. I'd like to be. That'd be pretty cool. But at my level, I'm just doing this for fun. These guns are really fun to shoot. I'm far from an expert on them, but it's fun to shoot. So do what you enjoy. If you're thinking about getting into this sport, I wouldn't go out and buy one of these. This is very expensive. The base gun was very expensive. All the parts I put on it, very expensive. So it's fun. I want to go out and do one of the, get this right away. But if you have the money, if you want to do it, drop the money on it. But don't think you need something like this if you want to compete. Because I've gotten my butt kicked by guys with stock Glock 17s or Glock 19s. It's the shooter, not the equipment. So that's a big takeaway from it. Do what you enjoy, but don't think that you go out and buy a setup like this, you're going to get Grandmaster in a day. You know, or shoot one match, Grandmaster right away. A lot of guys that shoot these are very high level shooters. So go there, practice will make a much bigger difference. You know, I didn't do this because I thought it was going to make me better. I did all this because I think that gun looks really cool. It's a really cool gun. It shoots like a dream. So there you go. Then there's one more thing. To fit all of this in a holster, you can't have like a traditional like a bucket holster or whatever. Just your regular holster that gun sits in. So this is my holster. It's on my belt still. There's not a lot to it. So how it works, muzzle comes here, clips in there, this comes back, and that locks on there. It shouldn't be like this, but with that locked, it can't come out of there. It'll be sitting like that. So then when I make ready, load the gun, clip it in there, then all I gotta do is just clips in from the front, you lock it, walk around, it won't go anywhere. Unlock it, and then just all you really have to do, flip that, you draw, you only need to come up that far, and you're out. So it's very quick on the draw, but it's a very minimal holster, so I can have, this gun is very long, but that comp's about 3 inches on top of, or in front of an already pretty big gun. Big complaint about Berettas is they're big. That, the red dot mount, and the gas pedal. This holster is a CR Speed holster. I don't think they're super popular, but a good friend of mine gave me these. It works good for me. Again, not an expert, so do what you like. Don't take my advice over what you think will work better for you. That's all I have. Be sure to check me out on YouTube, TikTok. I'm on Instagram now. All of them are DW Shooting. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, be sure to comment them, and I'll either reply or I'll make another video replying to you. Well, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.